Consequential Conversations, where Bob and I visit with what I'm realizing now is the heart and soul of the Alberni Valley. Our guest list is extensive, and today's guest is yet another who many of us might be aware of, but most of us have no idea who he really is. Some years ago, I had the privilege of meeting today's guest when he and his family and employees were recognized by the local Chamber of Commerce, where they won a well-deserved award, Business of the Year. And it was fantastic to meet this organization and our guest. And so I was really quite honored at that time. And today I'm honored as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Bob so he can introduce this fine gentleman. And Bob, over to you.
Well, thanks, Bill, and thank you very much, Helena and Tom, for having us into your house and allowing us to take a little bit of your time and some of your coffee and that sort of stuff. I've known Tom, or whatever seems like, for a long time, but I don't get to visit him very often. Had a little minor visit before Christmas, first one in a couple of years. I used to just come out to get some sausage or whatever. My mom sent me, well, first of all, Tom Hertel, Hertel's Meats. Everybody on the island knows Hertel's Meats, and most likely the Lower Mainland too. And Tom, the spark plug, what made it happen. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's wonderful it's still operating. It's a big business and very valuable to our community. But more than that, Tom, the family here has had a long and wonderful, interesting history in the valley, and that's what we're here today to ask you a little bits about it. Things that stuck out, important, moments, things you remember, and how much fun you had. Maybe we could start way back when. You're a young guy.
Well, I can go back to 1946, I think.
I was born.
You were born. You survived the earthquake. We had an earthquake in 19...
My mom was pregnant with me, and they were driving to town to see the doctor when the earthquake happened. Yeah. And the people came out of their houses and were waving. My dad thought they were just being friendly. He was driving. The road was bumpy. He didn't know there was an earthquake.
What year was that?
46.
46. Wow.
Well, when it started, this house wasn't here. Of course, we knew the house up, the old house there. And the mountain was going back and forth. Wow. And the waves were coming across the fields there, like 6-foot waves.
Yeah.
And the cows were going up and down on the waves, and they were moving and yelling and stuff like that.
Wow.
So, and it went on for at least a couple of minutes, a minute anyway. It was quite exciting.
Wow.
And our house was up on blocks because it was getting some basement work done, and the house was shaking. And it was actually the hardest on land earthquake.
Yes, it's happened on the island. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, but some other earthquakes happened just in life experience.
But just minor ones, yes.
Okay. I didn't mean real earthquakes. I meant some of the earth-shattering things that has happened out here. I mean,
earth-shattering. Well, let me see. I'm trying to think.
The zoo.
The zoo,
The zoo.
Well, that wasn't earth-shattering.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Bob told me about the zoo. You had a zoo out there.
Well,
You got to tell us.
the thing is, we had the zoo here, and the old man was always talking about moving the zoo to the Nile or Victoria or somewhere with people. So one day I just mentioned to him, I said, well, for Pete's sake, you're talking about it all the time, but you're not doing nothing. So why don't you do something about it? So he jumped in the gear, and he found the property in Nanaimo, and we moved the zoo down there, which was a quite an experience. And like I was just telling the wife last week, funny thing about the zoo is,
Let's carry on.
Well, just before that little short delay and interruption, I see if I can show you a picture of Tom's dad, Paul, with one of his pet cougars.
Isn't that something?
That is pretty amazing, eh?
And so what year would that have been? That's back in the 50s, is it? Or?
Yes, it was. Tommy, what year was that?
I don't know.
A long time ago.
long time.
I know.
Before we got married, it was in the
Wow.
it must have been in 56, 55. I came in 52 to Canada,
Yeah.
and so it was before we had a place. Yeah, never mind.
Ah,
Place picked out in Nanaimo where we were going to build,
Ah.
and we were engaged.
And then you came here at the end of the Alberni Valley. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, but this is
That's a pretty valuable place that you came to. I was I remember the zoo, and I think I attended out here once, and I seem to remember the elephant, because that's a big deal.
I think so.
Big deal to have an elephant.
So you had an elephant here?
Well, that
Susie.
I've been asked that, but I don't think the elephant was here. It was at an
It
island.
wasn't an animal.
Oh, it was
We
an
saw it.
island.
I remember
The elephant.
film, the elephant, but I
Susie.
yeah,
Susie's really.
yeah. So, Tom, we were talking before we started here about experience of driving, and I remember a story about you when you were learning how to drive. You started with a logging truck, just about.
Well, I was hauling. One time we had a truck out here, and my dad said, "Take that truck to town and dump it." I'm 14 and no license, nothing. So I jumped in out, happy as hell. Here I'm driving a logging truck, loader logging truck. I had to go around the Arlington and come in from the backside. And with it, I come across the street, and I was watching the loggers. They were actually falling a maple tree by the Three Sisters
Yeah.
cafe behind the
On
cafe.
the river,
And so I was
You were parked.
I was parked there. Oh yeah, I was watching these guys, and somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around and looked square into the belt buckle of a 6-foot cop. And he said, "Son, would you mind? Is that your truck?" And I said, "Yeah." So would you mind backing it across the road, because it's sticking out, the logs are sticking a little bit out the highway. So I jumped in and backed it across the road. I did.
Only a few little blips in the thing. We talked about the copper belt buckle and asking you to back up the truck. Didn't even ask you for a driver's license.
I'm thinking back. No, he never asked me for a license. I backed the truck up, and he come back and said, "Thank you, son."
You said you'd never backed up a loaded logging truck before that.
Never had to back up a logging truck before.
I bet you've backed up lots of trucks since
Oh yeah.
over the years. So the history of Hertel's Meats. When did it start? Roughly.
Roughly, it was. I'm just trying to think. We had
Opa was still alive.
well, of course he was still alive. He ran the business for about 10 years. Oh, I started to put up a building out over there, and my dad come over and said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm building a slaughterhouse," because he dragged me along to all the neighbors' places. We had to rip and foul manure up to my ankles, and I did all the work while he was BSing with the farmer.
Smart guy.
So anyway, I started building that, and he says, "What the hell do you want to do that for?" That he was so against me building a slaughterhouse. So anyway, I built it, and the next thing I knew, he was bringing all his friends over there. Look what he's doing. Come I'll show you what I'm doing now. Anyway, so it progressed from there, and it was just a little like that horse barn size that's over here. And so I started building. I put in concrete foundations and put the big pads up. And my dad couldn't understand that. He figured that was way overkill, and it was the perfect size actually for years.
So where and how did you learn sausage making and curing meats?
Well, my dad made some sausage, and that was sort of his trade from Europe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I understand that the talent came from someplace. As a young kid, my first trip to Hertel's Meats, my mom sent me out here and I had a driver's license. And we're buying sausage meat for my mom loved the sausage meat for the lodge. And I walked my first time into the room where you hang the sausage. And I'm not sure it was you. Might have been me as a kid. I go in there and pick a half dozen sausages, but you take a vinegar rag and wipe the nose off, and you walk in and you see all this sort of it's a mold, and it's designed to cure the meat properly.
Yeah.
But when you look at it as a kid, you used to throw out the stuff with the mold in it.
It's a white mold.
It's a white mold. It's nothing serious, but it looks ominous. And
Wow.
so that's how far back I go as a kid. Because I had my driver's license drive out the end of Beaver Creek on all from Sprode Lake,
Oh, yeah.
and that. So, but famous meats, absolutely all the
Yeah.
the sausages and the meats and the cured hams and stuff.
Anyway, the reason that you use vinegar, because that's the best for cleaning that stuff off. You wipe all the bits off, and you sort of wash them with it, and
Yeah.
then it doesn't grow anymore.
Mold, yeah. Wow. So the plant's grown and grown and grown. I don't know how many employees you have or whatever out there, but
Well, there was a time when we had just about 100.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Wow.
we were slaughtering
He also
every,
had the
every
farm.
day. And,
Oh, gee.
sorry.
yeah, the pig farm. You own
Yeah,
the pig farm, so
too,
yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Oh, well, there was 5 people at the pig farm, yeah. Anyhow, and then but we were slaughtering every day, so it was too much to do that on a constant basis, so we cut it down to killing hogs twice a week.
Hogs twice a week.
So we went down to 36 employees. They're running around 45 employees now.
Mhm.
But,
And your product goes all over,
Yeah.
at least all over BC, if not,
well,
mostly there.
Easy.
it's gone out.
Maybe.
These people went to Kamloops and stuff like that, but it's a shipping issue. It's meat, and you have to, if you get the right transport company that goes there every day.
Then you can do it.
But
Yeah.
I don't know where it's going too much anymore now.
We need lots of sausages when we started out. And remember, Tommy, we never froze them. We sold fresh sausage. Fresh. That
Just-
time, the
wow.
only sausage you could buy in the store was skinless and frozen.
Frozen, yeah.
And here we started at
With
Super
fresh,
Valley.
fresh sausage.
Really?
We're the
On
first
Sunday.
company.
Like we were so out as
Wow.
the kids, we all had to work on Sunday. And anyways,
Well,
That's
all
great. Gracious.
sausages.
so other interesting things out here at the end of, well, this isn't the end of the valley. Beaver Creek, this isn't quite the end of the valley. It goes on a little farther than this, but you talked about driving a logging truck to town. Yeah, how far is it from here to town?
It's about 10 miles. 16 kilometers.
16
Yeah.
16 kilometers. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad for your first loaded logging truck.
It's really,
That's not bad for the first loaded logging truck. It took,
no,
I
I liked it. What the hell? Look at me.
straight as, once you get past these
I
corners.
could hardly hit the pedals.
Right,
It was, I had 3 shifters, 3 levers.
3 levers for
Yeah.
that.
There's a Johnson bar that you had every one you shifted up, you could use a Johnson bar for half a gear up and down.
Now, once you get past the windy part here, it's all straight all the way to town. That's the longest chunk of straight road on the island. Beaver
Yeah.
Creek Road.
Probably.
Probably.
We used to race on it as kids, so.
And he also started the pig farm then.
Yeah.
We bought all Crywoken's pigs.
Yeah.
Holly.
Yeah, that was the biggest, largest pig farm in BC.
Wow.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
4,000 pigs.
Oh,
So-
really?
That was 1980.
Wow. So in Crywoken's obviously a pioneer family as well, somewhat. It might be somebody, Norm Crywoken, still around in the sun. We, was he at the hockey games?
Yeah.
Crywoken, he had pigs. And when I started the business, people, who the heck was it? The guy that was looking after, what chain store was it? That
Woodward's.
not we were
No, it was Super Valley.
Super Value.
Yeah,
Really.
was our
He
first.
did it. Like I was selling fresh pork, and the guy phoned me up. He says, "Why can't I buy fresh pork from you guys?" I says, "Well, there's no reason why you can't." Well, they had 14 stores,
Well, you needed a lot of work.
so it didn't matter.
That's
Didn't-
very lot of
this is work.
sauce.
Didn't work was easy enough. But so suddenly we had to supply them with the pork.
Wow.
But then and so you just went up from there. And all I went around to. I took samples, and wherever I took samples to, the question was, "Who ordered this stuff?" And I says, "Nobody ordered it." I said, "You can take it home and eat it. You can throw it in the garbage, or you can put it out on your shelf and see
what your
if
customers
it
think.
sell." So without fail, I said, "I'll phone you next week." And so I phoned them without fail. Every one of them reordered.
Wow. Well, it's been in place.
Yeah. Tommy, before that, you bought all Tri-Woken's pigs. You used to buy little pigs.
Yeah,
Little piglets.
So we could
we bought him.
business.
Yeah.
Tri-Woken's
And so I bought them out. That's right. When
dropped it in.
I built a pig farm out here.
Yeah.
Which was a big deal too.
Yeah.
So,
You're a bit of a builder, are you?
well, you have to.
This house. Did you have a hand in building this house?
I'm a journeyman carpenter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you're more than a journeyman carpenter. You're an artist.
Fine carpenter.
Yeah, fine. Well, more than a cabinet maker.
Yeah.
Those instruments, your little woodworking shop.
I built that pulp mill at the town for Christ.
Did you work in the pulp mill construction?
Yeah.
Did any of the concrete from the pulp mill come out and pour out here or no? We were talking about that in another interview.
I don't know.
A little bit of it went to Sprout Lake and built places like Jack
So
Dyson's
you mean
stuff.
the concrete that
Yeah, some of it sometimes a truck got altered.
Sidetrack.
they were hammering there for
Oh yeah.
a long time, taking cement out.
Yeah.
Building the pulp.
Yeah.
Rebuilding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Tommy, the ranger, the
Ocean Ranger. Yeah. Well, you must have
Before
been
you
an
had-
Ocean Ranger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have it on it?
No, but
You never was on it?
no, never got it.
I've been on it 3 times.
Wow.
And I was supplying meat for them.
Yeah.
And I had they had to send the meat up on the crate, and I had to go up and talk and get the chef to sign the book.
Signed the books for. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, the story about the Ocean Ranger, I got a tour.
Yeah.
For the whole boat from this guy.
Wow.
And I was looking at the, they had a, sometimes I tell them about the reason the Ocean Ranger sank. Okay?
This was an oil rig that was in our harbor, anchored in our harbor for quite a while. They were, and we were going to refit oil rigs from Alaska and that here in our harbor.
Man, you got the magazine there.
Yeah.
And it sank
why
here.
it's just
Oh.
why it really just came back to Tommy is because they took him up there, showed him everything, and you guys had this in the last paper.
Oh, really?
Newspaper.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And he was up there because then I saw it. I said, well, that's where he would deliver me, and they took
take
it
it
off and show
up
it
the towers.
boy.
So I want to know back to your carpentry skills and your woodworking skills. Who and how did you learn to make violins and cellos and then harps? 'Cause those are absolute masterpieces of woodwork.
Carpentry. That's
finer joint.
it's a different trade
It's art.
altogether.
It's art.
But are you a musician?
What do you call it? There's a name for it, for people who build musical instruments.
And I don't know what the name is.
I forget. I used to know it. Yesterday I knew the name, but I don't today. So, but I just, as a matter of fact, a friend of mine, Tom Richardson, he was that I want to build something And we were going to build it together by wood shovel. He says, "Do you mind if we build some music instruments first?"
Dulcimers.
Dulcimers, yeah, some dulcimers.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, "Fine with me." So we built, I think I built 3 dulcimers, and he built 3. And then we started on cellos and I got the
Violins. So my dad had 5 of, in fact, he had 7 at one point of Helmer Weiner's violins, custom built. In their cases, 3 of them are still in the museum here.
well,
But I wish my dad was alive when you were building violins, so you could have built him one.
yeah,
So did you sell them? Like was it a little business or
I don't think I sold any of them.
You know, it was
just built them for a hobby?
he's got 3 daughters. So we have 3 daughters.
Oh,
So everyone, that's why everything comes
Comes in 3s. Okay.
oh, really?
Only
So the girls
have
play.
big enough houses.
Yeah, the girls play them. Like they can
No,
play the harp. and
They
stuff?
play piano.
Oh yeah.
So when I was here before Christmas, we were looking at your eagle, and you have a taxidermed eagle hanging in your other room there. I'd love to take a picture of it. But the story goes with that, because you're not really allowed to do that with eagles, are you? Your taxidermed eagle, you were allowed to keep it as long as it never, ever
Leaves this
leaves the house. Yeah, yeah.
Oh really?
He got his wrist slapped for having it done.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, my brother came in. As a matter of fact, he said there's an eagle out there. So he wasn't going near the eagles because they got claws and beaks. So I went out there, and it was in the shallon brush and floundering it. There was something wrong with it. So I just took my shirt off and threw it over the eagle, and I grabbed his legs and then put him in a box and took him up to the vet.
Yeah.
And overnight he died.
Oh boy.
So I asked, I wanted that eagle because, and the game department said, no, they have to destroy it or do something. I said, well, I found the thing. I said, there's no reason why I can't keep it. So they finally give me permission
Keep it as long as
to have this eagle, and
So here,
but
the
I had
stuff, somebody's stuff.
Oh
I had
wow.
stuffed in Duncan,
Yeah.
mounted, but I had to keep it I can't take it out
Can't
of the
sell
house.
To the States, or
Basically, it's
Yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
It's
illegal. It's illegal. An illegal.
Illegal.
Then it's illegal.
Anyway, I can reword that by saying it's against the law
Yes.
to mount any local birds, grouse or pheasants or anything.
Oh wow! I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, yeah. So, well, Tom, you're only 89?
I'm 89.
89 years old.
Well, in April.
And okay, and then you get 90.
Till I get to 90.
90. Okay. Well,
still drives.
yeah.
Oh, you still
I'm
drive.
still driving. That's awesome. We were interviewed yesterday, and a 99-year-old that still has a driver's license, but that's another another point. I'm going to give mine up sometime.
I doubt that, but I can't see that.
Well, not a boat driver's license. Oh, yeah, I have a boat. So, but Tom, interesting that the family history. I mean, this whole end of Beaver Creek, the Shannons and that sort of stuff goes all goes way back, and they're pioneer families and pioneer area in part of the most beautiful part of the valley, and it's own right, no question about it.
I almost see you get to see it yet before you leave.
Yeah.
There was a lot of traffic on Beaver Creek already. There was 5 houses between town and
You're all the way out. Yeah, I used to come up with my dad to Percy Jacobson's.
Oh, yeah.
And Percy was the refrigerator guy, refrigerator man, had a genius.
He drove a certain Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah.
Sort of a competition.
Yeah.
Years later.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
I didn't dare drive ours because I was embarrassed.
Yeah, Mercedes, yeah.
Because all these people working for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ours, not the plants, nothing.
Yeah.
So you drive an old truck.
I don't know whether
I bought
Sure, go ahead.
I bought a used 84.
Tommy.
in '84, which was actually a brand.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, I
bought it.
5,000 kilometers on it.
Mercedes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you deserve one.
Tommy,
To dispute.
tell him how when the bank manager came, the guy from bank.
Oh yeah, they. But you know, anybody in business in those days, if you run a bit low on funds, the bank manager comes and sees you. So the bank manager come in, and he sat there in that chair, and he said, "I'm afraid that Mercedes has to go."
That car
And I
is
says, I looked at him. I said, "That's my personal car." Oh, I never said another word.
the
Oh, really? Yeah.
Converse.
The Bank of Commerce. Yeah. No, you most likely we could most likely interview you 10 times for the stories that you've
I think
accumulated over a period of time.
Well,
And Helena, it was lovely to have you here and point out some of these things like the Ocean Ranger and stuff that came to
he
town.
just brought it up.
There are things that people in the valley are unaware of, don't know the history of.
And he was out there quite a while.
Yeah.
People must know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
the Ocean Ranger. Getting back to the Ocean Ranger,
yeah.
I had a tour of the boat, and we looked at the bottom there. There's a porthole and a computer. That's what it was. Their computer was in that room, the computer room, and it was down at the third level of
the water.
So I asked the guy. I said, "You got a porthole there, and you got a computer right across from the porthole."
Yeah.
I said, "Why is it?" "Well, that's just where they built the thing." I said, "Well, that's, as far as I'm concerned, the computer should be above
Water level.
the water line, way above the water line."
Yeah.
So anyhow, the fact remains that when they moved the Ocean Ranger around to
Yeah.
the East Coast
Thing there.
after they were there for a few months, and they had a big storm, and they lowered the Ocean Ranger down because they had big legs.
It was down to look down
It was
touch.
for wave control. So they lowered it below that pipe level, and there was so much ice floating, so ice busted the window
Oh, it's all on there.
and flooded
Oh,
the computer.
It's on.
and you told them they should never have done that. Move the computer.
Yeah, the close message.
Oh, that's very sad. And there's how many men died?
Oh,
the old
86.
yeah.
There were no
Really?
survivors. 86 people died on that.
oh, wow.
That's what the
Because of that.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
remember saying, they put that.
Well, it's I really love the opportunity to sit here with you guys and talk. We could most likely spend a whole day just reminiscing.
We haven't even
And that we're on these little podcasts of ours. We're trying to edit them down to 30 minutes or under, and that's so we gotta hit the highlights and the lowlights and everything in between.
Yeah.
But,
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, there you go, folks.
right, yeah,
That's okay. There you go. To my left here is Helena, and she is a little camera shy, but lots to offer as well, and served us some coffee and really was very, very welcoming in their home. And so we've enjoyed this one, and we're going to continue to enjoy them. And as Bob said, Tom's got lots of stories. So
Yeah, she shouldn't be camera shy because she's better looking than her.
there you go. Yes. But, you can't really see it on the film here, but some of the work that Tom's done with harps and musical instruments is just astounding and fascinating.
As well as making good sausage.
Yes. Yes. So I think tomorrow I'm going to have bacon and eggs for breakfast, and I know where I'm buying it because I believe in shopping local. So there you have it.
Tommy, we might have to give him some bacon.
Twist my arm. Twist my arm. Anyways, thanks very much. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, this is Consequential Conversation.
And it's like